Hey collectors, welcome to Star Wars Collected. I'm Jonathan. Did you know that Halloween, at least in Legends, is actually a Star Wars holiday? The Ewoks celebrate it, and even members of the Jedi Order celebrate it as well. So in that idea, Chewbacca and I went out front of the Rebel base here earlier this week, handed out some candy to some little Jawas. But what I thought we'd do today is actually take a look at my collection and pick out my top 5 spookiest collectibles. Collectors, we're going to start here with number 5. I'm sure if I walked around my collection, I would say this phrase a lot, but this is absolutely one of my favorite pieces. This is made by Sideshow. This is, I think, called A Counter on Hoth, maybe something like that. And it is the scene in which the Wampa is attacking the Tauntaun with Luke on it. And if you're talking about, you know, spooky or fear, I'll have to get a close-up of it, but his face is just full of fear. The Wampa's face has got a really big growl on it. The Tauntaun has, you know, the Wampa's hand around his throat, and you can see the fear. This is actually a pretty horrific statue, but I love this one. It was kind of a halo piece for me. I never really thought I would get it, and somehow I found a person getting rid of it on eBay, and I think it's missing like the very, very tip of one of the claws or something. Yeah, this one right here, it's got a little bit of a chip, but painted black. Quite honestly, wouldn't you kind of expect the Wampa, after living its life, to have a chipped nail here or there? So I don't mind that whatsoever. I'm gonna rotate it around here a little bit. This piece just has a lot of really, really nice movement to it. Like I said, the expressions of the animal, the scream for help there, the scream on Luke's face. You even have little pieces of snow that are kind of falling down this hill here, and lots of breaks in the snow where the Wampa was, and so that back here as well. So just a super cool piece. Definitely shows that, you know, kind of horrific moment. I remember as a kid when the Wampa came out, and you know, you just see the big arm, which was probably for budgetary and weather reasons, but it works. You know, when you don't see the beast, it kind of lets you fill in what that creature and what that animal might be, and then you see him later on in the cave. Just sets up a really great scene showing Luke's progression as, you know, starting to become in tune with the Force. But this is a really cool piece, and this is our number 5 piece on my spookiest most collectibles. Coming in at number 4 is A Thing of Nightmares, Darth Maul. So when Darth Maul was developed, George Lucas asked them to basically draw their nightmares. They came up with some really crazy, scary stuff, and eventually they kind of got to Darth Maul. So I actually wish I knew a little bit more about this piece. I did have it kind of made. Somebody was selling them on eBay. They actually were selling this guy along with, I've got the Emperor, and they were also selling his brother, Savage Opress. Unfortunately, Savage Opress showed up broken, but he displays kind of okay. And this piece, you know, now that I've gotten into collecting a little bit more, I see a lot more issues with it as far as it probably could use a good repaint, but this was one of the earlier pieces in my collection, and it still sticks out to me. I think it's made out of plaster or something of that nature, but it has some really good spooky eyes on it. The guy did a really good job at dirtying up those teeth for me when I requested that. And I believe he even has a little earring over here, just like he does in the movie. So, you know, maybe perhaps not the best piece in the world, but if I were to see this anywhere, this would definitely give me nightmares. I have a lot of Darth Maul collectibles in my collection. That character has gone from being just super cool and spooky looking to being really well developed through the Clone Wars and Rebels. Like I said, I don't think you can make a list of spooky collectibles and not have whatever you have in your collection as Darth Maul on that list. Coming in at number 3 is this Gentle Giant statue. This depicts Count Dooku and Asajj Ventress in a very kind of gothic, almost kind of romantic pose. If you are a film lover beyond Star Wars, you might get another reason why this might be on the spooky list. Christopher Lee, the late Christopher Lee, played Dracula in movies in the past. Funny enough, Peter Cushing, Grand Moff Tarkin, played Van Helsing in some of those movies. So, you know, kind of an interesting connection there. But I've always loved this statue. Like I said, this is one of my favorites. I'm going to say it on this one too. It just has, I don't know, it looks like it should be like a painting or something like that. It's just very dramatic. It's kind of sexy. Asajj Ventress is kind of sexy in this pose. There's just a lot, but she's also like very powerful. I mean, that lightsaber is behind Christopher Lee's head. I mean, she could just lop it right off if she wanted to. Very cool design on both of their lightsabers. There's even a little chain here on Count Dooku. So there's just a lot of really cool detail with this statue, and I love that not only does it have the height, but the lightsabers going off to the side. It's just always been one of my favorites. It was something that I eyed for a long time and kept hoping I'd be able to get, and quite a few years ago I did get this one. So this is one of my favorite pieces too, and I think it fits the bill. I think you could see this, especially her outfit with the black and the gray and the purple, and even sort of the little lines going across her stomach here. So it just sort of has some spooky, ghoul-like vibes going on to it, and that's why this one is number 3 of my spookiest most collectibles. Our number 2 spookiest collectible that I have is the Sideshow Raincore Deluxe. Just got this guy a few months ago. You can see that video here on the channel. So if you've been watching, this might not come as a huge surprise, but my gosh, if I saw a Raincore this size in real life, if this guy was alive right now, I would be scared out of my mind. There is no way that I'd want to be in a room with something that looks like this, even if it's only, 3 feet tall or something like that right now. So imagine the, whatever it is, 20 feet, 30 feet tall Raincore that we, have to see in Return of the Jedi. Luke go up against him. I have no idea how I would be one of the bones. I'd be one of the bones at the bottom of the Raincore pit. I would just say, take me, I can't handle it. So, this guy has everything you could want in a scary monster. Big hands with big nails. He's got these sort of like elephant type feet. He's got this sort of like wrinkly and saggy body. He has this face, which I think we kind of see again, sort of like in Predator. So that is sort of like in the lexicon or in the zeitgeist of what a scary monster would look like. It's got this armadillo back to it. I mean, this thing is horrific and scary, but also handsome, right? Like, I think he's a handsome boy. Some people don't think, I think he's handsome. I would date him. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that my number 1 fashion when it comes to Star Wars are one-to-one helmets. So I think we have to go with a helmet for our absolute scariest collectible. And we have quite a few to choose from in my collection here. We have our actual Death Trooper down here that at least sounds pretty scary, and it kind of has these like tusks sort of designed to the Stormtrooper helmet. So that's pretty cool. Over here we have Lando's Skiff Guard helmet. It's got all these gnarly like teeth sticking out of it, and there's some skin on it. In universe, the Boba Fett helmet, that is definitely something. Any Mandalorian helmet is probably going to instill a little bit of fear into them. And as far as just sort of like weird and freaky, I always thought the Death Star Trooper kind of had a weird look with its big chrome eyes. Pretty unsettling compared to someone like C-3PO. But if we're going to go with the absolute scariest helmet in Star Wars, I think we have to go with our main guy here, Darth Vader. This went through a lot of iterations with Ralph McQuarrie. There's ones that are more insectoid looking, but in general, if you know Star Wars, you know that this helmet represents the biggest baddie of them all. The guy that can choke you from the bridge of a Star Destroyer to another Star Destroyer, who can, easily cut off your hand, as he often does. Whether he has a lightsaber or not, you know that how in tune he is with the dark side means that you don't have a chance. And I think a lot of us really, really like Rogue One, and that last scene with him just sort of cemented kind of who we thought Darth Vader was this entire time, but didn't really get to see in live action. You get to see him do a lot of that stuff in the comics. You hear about it somewhat in the books, but seeing Rogue One and seeing that there, which makes me very excited for Kenobi. There's a chance that we're gonna get kind of that, that badass Vader that we all love. But Darth Vader, this helmet right here, this is from EFX. It is the PCR version, I think is what they call it. It's great. I love it. I actually wish I could get another one because I have a life-size Ruby's costume over there. Not a great costume, an even worse helmet, but if I could have 2 of these helmets so I could put them in both places, I would do it because I think it really enhances that display over there. But Darth Vader, EFX helmet, if I had to choose a single helmet off this wall, even the ones that I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into, making myself and painting myself, this guy would at least be in the top 5 or so. So Darth Vader instilling fear into the hearts of all of us since we were about 5 years old. All right, collectors, there you have it. Those are what I would consider to be my top 5 spookiest, scariest collectibles that I have. What's funny though is as I take a look around here, I mean, I see the Nexu, I see the Dewback, the Bantha. There's so many creatures within Star Wars that there's a lot of spooky and kind of scary stuff out there. And there's some really cute stuff too. I see a little Grogu over here, and he's making me feel pretty safe and protected. So this was a kind of a fun video for me to do. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Do me a favor, if you guys are dressing up for Halloween and you are doing Star Wars stuff, go ahead and tag me in your Instagram posts. I'd love to make sure that I see those. If you're not following us on Instagram, make sure you do. We're always interacting on there too. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you like videos like this, please subscribe. This channel is growing super fast and you guys are awesome, and it's because of viewers like you. So I really appreciate it. Have a great day. See ya.